you could do anything, bro. You don't have to go into business. You could be the greatest, whatever, bro. The greatest of anything you could be, and you just gotta have the mindset. That's it. That's all it is. It's just the mindset. It's a mindset of wanting to do better for yourself, wanting to grow, wanting to learn, wanting to be different, wanting to excel. Like that's just it's the mindset. It's an all mindset, and the way that you start building that mindset is by knowledge, bro. And where do you get knowledge? I get it from books. You could get it from the internet. You could get it from this podcast. You could get it from right now. We live in the technology world, bro. Instead of fucking being on Facebook or Instagram just scrolling, start learning something.
Carlos, thanks for being on my podcast, Clydon Comms. It's a pleasure to have you here, bro. Pleasure to be out here in the Mood Room in Houston, Texas. Fucking fireplace, first off. Fire outfit that you got going on.
Appreciate it, man.
And guys, I met Carlos when I first moved to Houston back in 23. I just looked up whatever was close to me. He had a seamless booking process through his barbershop. I looked up his reviews, and I said, I'm signing up with this homie right here. And next thing you know, here I am shooting a podcast with him 2 years later. So, Carlos, let our audience know who you are, just so that we can get an understanding exactly of your background and everything.
First of all, man, Clyde, thank you for having me here. To me, it's a pleasure to be here doing this, being interviewed, right? I've never actually done a podcast before, so this is my first time. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur, not just an entrepreneur, but a serial entrepreneur. And to me, let me tell you a little bit about what that means to me, right? Serial entrepreneur is not just, I don't focus just on one business. I focus more on multiple businesses. Not only that, but in different ventures, right? So a lot of people know me as Carlos, just a barber, but I also do a couple of other things, right? And that's why I consider myself a serial entrepreneur. Um, but yeah, man, thanks for having me here. I'm really excited to talk about, my life, business, and just kind of give audience some tips, man, on that worked for me.
Fuck yeah, Bill. Amazing introduction. And so that's a whole new term that I've never heard before, serial entrepreneur. And I'm glad that you gave us the definition of it. And so what sparked you down this journey of entrepreneurship?
To be honest with you, man, where I come from, first of all, I'm an immigrant. I was born in Mexico. My mom brought me over here when I was 8 years old. So, United States has always been um, different to me, right, from where I'm from. And honestly, to me, the neighborhood that I grew up in was a pretty rough neighborhood, um, really gang affiliated, type of neighborhood and surroundings. And it just, I started to see the difference between my community and other communities. And to be honest with you, that kind of sparked me up the interest on why can't they do it and I can't do it? What do they know that I don't know? And that kind of just gave me the how can I say it? Like that little fire in me to that curiousness as a kid to figure out why is it that they're prosperous and we're not. And that kind of just led me through my whole life until right now, right?
Fucking fire, bro. Fucking fire. From the slums of Mexico. Nah, I don't even know if
No,
it's the
yeah,
slums,
slums,
but
bro. Yeah.
so what was your first business, man? The first venture that you decided to take on since you have multiple at the
Man, bro,
moment?
look, I've been, so I come from a single mother, man. So, and shout outs to my mom because she taught me everything that I am now. And being a single parent, you kind of have to hustle your way through life, right? Like you got this kid that you got to take care of. You got this kid who needs feeding, who needs a father, who honestly, um, the odds were against me at all time, right? Um, And since the odds were against me, my mom kind of hustled her way through life, and she started little ventures, right? She used to make shirts. She sold DVDs. She did nails. She did hair. So I've always seen my mom do just venture out and just hustle, right? And that kind of gave me that spark of just she never worked for anybody. She just always on her own. And she used to give me the shirts, and I'll go sell the shirts, or she'll give me the things to make, movies, and then we'll sell the movies, and we're always like up and down, up and down. So to me, that was a normal life. That was a normal way of that I got brought up, right? Like, um, fast forward to now, it just became me. Like that's all I know, right? Like I I hustle, man. I cut hair now. I own a barber shop, and honestly, it's been one of the greatest things that happened to me in my life.
Fucking amazing, bro. Like you literally had all of that instilled at the beginning of 8 years old. You know that you're pretty much growing up faster than you expected. And along with that, I feel that at least since I'm still in beginning stages of my business ventures as well, it always feels that entrepreneurship kind of fast forwards life for you to learn life skills faster than a typical kid. I guess typical, you could
Definitely,
say.
man.
Yeah.
And see, the thing, bro, is that you don't understand it growing up, because I took a lot of trauma because of that as well. Because my childhood was not the regular childhood of a regular kid, right? While my friends were outside playing soccer, I was helping my mom make shirts to get ready for the weekend so we could go sell at the stadiums. Um, and I remember, or sometimes one of the vivid images that I have, memories that I have from my childhood is I got home from school and my friends were talking about playing soccer. The whole apartment complex, that we're gonna make like a big tournament, right? All the kids. And and I remember I got home and I got ready to go. Like I'm excited because I'm gonna be in the soccer game, right? Like the whole neighborhood is gonna be there. And my mom gives me a tray of I think she had made cupcakes or cookies. I don't remember. And she was like, "Go sell them." She told me, "Go sell them." So I used to not door knock in my apartment and sell you some cookies, or sell you some, you know, dessert that my mom made or whatnot. And I remember that she was like, "Whenever you finish that round, you get to go play soccer." So I was like, "All right, bet. Let me hurry up." Right at 8, 9 years old, you don't question your mom. If your mom says you gotta go do this, you gotta go do that, right? So I went. I sold all the cookies as fast as possible. Right. I get home, and my mom gives me another tray, and it shattered me, because in my head I knew I wasn't gonna play soccer that day, and that hurt me, bro. That kind of scarred me, I guess, to a certain. As a kid, you don't understand that your mom doesn't have money for rent. You don't understand that your mom needs to buy you shoes and clothes, and it's all on her, right? You don't understand that. You're just a kid, right? I was just a kid, but in that case, it just made me, I don't know, man. Like I had a really different childhood than most kids. Most kids were outside playing and doing this and doing that. In my case, it was more like, hey, Carlos, you always had to be selling,
Yeah.
like you always had to help out at home, like and the first business that I ever made myself personally, I was 15 years old, and I used to work in the flea market. And by this time, I worked at flea markets. And shout out to the flea markets, because they're one of my pillars of why I am the way I am. I lost every fear that I have in talking to somebody and sell you a product in the flea markets, because in the flea markets you gotta hustle, you gotta talk, I gotta sell you something, bro. You know what I mean? Like I have to talk to you, I have to bring you, I have to be like, hey, look here, 3 for 20, 5 for 10, whatever. You know what I mean? And I worked at the age of 12 years old. I started working at the flea markets. By the time I was 15 years old, I was working with a lady, who, shout outs to that lady, man. Uh, I will always keep her in my heart. Her and her husband, they used to sell movies, like clone movies, right? And I was just a helper. And they would pay me like $150 for 2 days, and for me that was a lot of money. At 12 years old, I was 12, 13 years old. I was like getting paid really good. I had money in my wallet, and I remember that she took me to a place where they used to build her machines, because she used to like make hundreds of movies. Like she was a real seller of movies at that time. And I was just a worker. I was just an employee. I was just the guy helping the customers. I was always hustle, 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 and they loved that about me. And one time they took me, the machine that got messed up, and they took me to the place where they made their machines, their custom machines, and that sparked in me like, well, I know where they make them. I know the whole game. Let me go buy a machine, and I bought a machine at 15 years old. It was a tower like this of 10 movies at a time, bro. So in 3 minutes, I could take out 10 movies. My investment on each movie was like, at that time, like 15 cents. And I used to sell each one for $5. So the profit margins were stupid,
Yeah.
right? So I started selling, first myself. And then people started catching on. And now I went to selling, from selling myself to selling wholesale. So now I had distributors. Now I had people, uh, selling movies for me. I used to give it to them. I remember at $2.50 a movie, so they could make $2.50 on profit for them. But my cost of investment was 29 cents. So I could have sold that thing for 50 cents and still make 50% profit. You know what I mean? So I, by the time I was 16, 17, I grew that business, bro, so big that I remember at 17, bro, I went I wanted to buy a car. No, it was at 16. 16 years old. I wanted to buy a Cadillac. I remember. They had a Cadillac for sale. And my mom was like, "How the fuck you gonna buy a Cadillac? Like you don't even know how to drive." But I wanted to buy a Cadillac, bro, because I had the money to buy a Cadillac. Like I was 16 years old, Clyde, with like, I remember at one point I had like $30,000 that I created myself, bro.
16 at that
Yeah.
like
So
back then too is crazy.
it's crazy because
Yeah.
by the time my mom realized what I was becoming, bro,
Let
she,
me in, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and she did, bro, and I made movies for her, and she had her sellers, and bro, we used to make bank from that, bro. But my mom started getting scared. And the reason why she was getting scared, bro, is because I didn't care about school no more. I didn't care about anything, bro. I was making so much fucking money, Clyde. I was making more money than my mom and my stepdad put together at 16 years old, bro. And that's dangerous if the kid is from the streets,
Yeah.
because I was losing myself, bro. I was becoming this kid that I thought money could buy everything, bro. Like my mom couldn't tell me anything because I have money. It's like, "Mom, you can't tell me what time I get home because I'm paying half of the rent here." I was becoming that kid, man, that guy. And my mom got scared, really, really scared, bro, because, and I'm a father now, and I could see, I could see why she got scared, right? And at that time, I didn't understand it, but she, she started. I could tell that she was like more on the, "Hey, Carlos, you gotta stop this. Hey, Carlos, bring it down a little bit. Why you want more? Why you want more wholesalers? Like, bro, I mean, at one point, Clyde, I had like 20 distributors, bro, managers of apartments, cleaning people that would go maintenance people, bro. They would be my top sellers because they were in apartments doing maintenance and selling you movies, right? Managers of apartments who, bro, it was crazy, Clyde. Like I built a whole enterprise, and it got to the point, Clyde, where I started exporting movies. I met a connect in California, bro, that wanted movies, and I started shipping movies. And that's when my mom pulled the plug. Cause, Clyde, I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into details on how I did it, because it is illegal. But I was a minor, which that kind of had my back because I was like, okay, well, if I go to jail, I'm a minor. The thing is that I'm a minor, so my mom's at fault. So I wasn't only putting myself in jeopardy, I was putting my mom's self in jeopardy. Have in mind, Clyde, we're not from here. We step a foot in jail, that's our asses in Mexico.
Making too much noise, getting too much attention.
Yep.
Or,
So that was my first business.
Oh, I had no idea about that, man. That's insane. Okay, before we move on from that, I do want to touch some topics on that for sure. Since you were a kid growing up and fast forwarding life essentially and being an adult at that age, now that you've seen that and gone through that, I know that you have two children at this moment. One of them is probably what?
Nine. One is
9?
9. My son is 9, and my daughter's 4.
Okay, with everything that you've learned, what lessons are you now applying as a parent to make sure that they don't go through those traumas, but still acquire the skills necessary to make them strong and adverse through different struggles when they grow up?
First of all, man, one of the biggest things that I see and that I do with my kids is give them confidence, right? Build their confidence up, build their self esteem up. Because if you don't have that confidence, bro, you be that kid or that person who just stays quiet, who just puts his head down, who you tell them what to do and they just do it, right? Like they don't have the confidence to say, hey, this is what I want for my life, right? I'm giving them that those foundations. Not only that, but the can do attitude, bro. Right? I have this thing with my son that I always tell him, figure it out. Hey, Dad, I don't know how to do this. Figure it out. Figure it out. If you want it bad enough, you're gonna figure it out, right? Like that's something that I raise my kids on. Put your mind to it, man. Like break it down. Write a goal. Set goals, right? Break them down. Um, what is it that you have to do to get there? What do you have to do to achieve that, right? Uh, Build disciplines in your life, right? Health wise, it's one of our main concerns right now. Since they're little, right? I'm trying to put them the foundation of eating good, um, drinking water instead of juices. You know, another big thing that I do with my kids is no cell phones, no tablets, right? Like you will never see my kids on tablets or cell phones, man. I feel that, and honestly, I get criticized on this a lot, bro. But I feel that that stops their learning growth, right? I seen kids, man, that is really unfortunate nowadays that they have to have a screen in their face in order to do anything, and you take that screen off and they can't function, bro. They're like everywhere. They haven't built those foundations on looking at somebody in the eye, talking to them, having that confidence, because this is dopamine for them. This is that makes you feel good and just keeps your attention here. You move the phone, he moves his head, right? You take the phone out, he doesn't know what to do. And I believe that you handicap kids like that, right? So I'm trying to create kids that know how to use their head, know what they want, know what they feel, be understanding of their feelings, be understanding of life. To a certain degree, of course, everybody goes through their own thing, and I want them to go through their own thing, but based on the foundations that I'm giving them, I think I'm preparing them for success.
That's beautiful, Bill. And what you said with the devices definitely hits home because I work with kids for a living as an occupational therapist, and they come into the clinic already on their phone, like on the tablet, and then you take it away, they freak out. And what it's taking away from them, the main thing that it's taking away from them is obviously their focus and their attention span. Those are the two main things. And then another thing you mentioned is also being present, because when their head just follows with it, they're not able to fully engage in actual human interaction, which is important in life skills once you get older
And they
and
don't have
navigating it. Yeah.
and they don't have confidence to talk to somebody. They don't how if we're talking because we're talking about entrepreneurship here, right? Business. How are you gonna how are you gonna start anything, bro? If you don't have the confidence to talk to somebody or look at somebody in the eyes or have the you know what I mean? Like you can't. You're actually doing them a disfavor. But to each their own. Yeah, everybody raises their kid differently. That's just how it's working out for me and how I'm doing things, right?
I also remember a while back we had a conversation about Christmas gifts. I know
Nah.
you had a stance on that. You can feel free to share that if you'd still like, but I totally agree with that.
People are gonna hate me, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
again, it's ultimately
yeah,
up
I
to you if you
mean,
want to share your stance on that. Even birthday gifts, like gifts in general,
yeah,
you
man.
know, like
So a little bit, bro.
if you feel
I
like.
think really different than most of the world, but to me, gifts, man. Like I hate I hate to see my kids depending on material things, right? I feel that the world's a materialistic world now, right? Instead of having God as a foundation, family, love, you have things now. Like kids expect things on Christmas now. Like they don't care about chilling with the family. They don't care. They don't even know what you're celebrating on Christmas, bro. They just know Santa Claus is coming and I'm getting gifts. And one of the biggest things that happened to me and why I think of that, bro, is because one Christmas, I remember my Christmases, man, in Mexico, bro. You lucky if you got a toy. You have one toy, bro. Oh man, or a bike. Oh my god, it was like, you know what I mean. And you treasure that gift. You treasure the little things. They make you feel appreciative, gratefulness for that bike. You take care of it. You love it. Even that little soccer ball could have been three bucks, bro. Right? But I'm seeing my kid,
I remember the story.
like going through these gifts and throwing them this way, going opening them up and throwing it this way, opening it up and throwing it this way, and I'm looking at this, and everybody's just having a good time. They're opening up gifts, and then he finished our gifts at home and looked at me and said, "Let's go to grandma now and see what she got me." And that struck me like a lightning bolt. I said, Nathan, you haven't even played with these toys. You haven't even opened them. Why do you need more? Like, why? I don't know. You don't need more. It made me see my kids as like, man, they don't care. They just want things. And I was like, no, I got to put a stop to that. So then me and my wife, we kind of came to like an agreement where, if anything, we'll just give them one gift, something they didn't really need. But I'm not showering my kids with gifts. I'm not showering my kids with stuff. They have what they need, but that's it, right? For instance, right now Nathan, he's 9 years old. He sweeps the shops on Saturdays to make money, right? So I pay him, and he has his little wallet and he buys his own things. Now, if he wants a toy, he needs to buy that toy himself. I don't buy toys for them no more. Like, you got to do something to earn a reward. I'm not just gonna give you and give you and give you and give you and give you, because then when they get older, they're that just give me kid. They get to high school, college, they don't know what's to work. They don't have any foundations on working, and that's what's wrong with society right now. I feel a big thing is that you got these kids going into the workforce who don't know how to work because they never worked in their life. And you start that at a really young age. And I love my kids, and they have all what they need, bro. Nothing. They don't not have anything. You know what I mean? They have it all, but just enough, right? And that's how I kind of want to build them up to where it's like, be happy with what you have, be content with where you're at right now, and keep working for whatever you want, right? Because you always have that spirit of, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, and guess what, you're never gonna have enough. So you're never not gonna be happy. You're always gonna want something more. But when you sit back and realize everything you have and you're grateful for everything that you have, for you start looking at the blessings that God have gave you in your life, man, and you actually look back and you be like, I have it all. You have it all. We are all, right? So then that's when life starts becoming fun.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I have it all, everything else is extra. So now I'm building my life based on what I want to do. Yes, money will come. Yes, the toys will come, bro. Yes. But my full focus is not on the toys. My full focus is on my life, and that's what I'm trying to teach my kids.
Fucking beautifully said, man. So many things I want to touch on there.
Bro, we're
Obviously,
gonna
you're
be
right.
here
You're
for
right.
hours.
Like, I know. Honestly, it's cool. We'll let it run, bro. You did mention like college students aren't prepared. I've seen it plenty of times. They have a bachelor's degree to come in. They don't know how to interact with people. They don't really know how to do all that stuff. And I totally agree with you. So, so since you started practicing that, I know the last time we spoke was probably like October or something. How was this last Christmas? How did they react to it when you
Look,
took away the gifts or whatever?
I mean, it's not that they didn't get gifts, bro, because my mom gave them gifts, my in-laws gave them gifts. It's just from us at home, right? Like, unfortunately, uh, we can't completely go against the world, right? Like, I can't stop my mom from not buying things for my kids, bro. I tried and it didn't work out. She ended up mad at me. We got into a big argument. She's like, "Hey, I'm the grandma. I'm gonna give them whatever I want," and she has a full right to do that, right? Because a lot of things you learn at home. So it's at home that I practice these things. So when my kids get into the world, they'll be okay with the world. But at home, it's different, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because at home, there's a lot more variables in control aside from other people's reactions to whatever you may do to them. And it's the same thing like when you come outside, again, you can't control their reactions, their perceptions to what you believe, what you want to start instilling in your children, because then you're just going to have to try to please every single person. At the end of the
Right.
day, control what you can control. And don't be so in control of everything because we're not God, bro.
One of the quotes that I live by is by Marcus Aurelius, great philosopher. He says the only thing we can control is ourselves. You can't control anything outside of you, bro. You can't control anything. I cannot control your emotions. I cannot control the world's emotions. I cannot control anything, bro, but myself and how do I react to it, right? So if we react to it a different way and we keep our emotions on check, you go through life better, bro, because things are gonna happen. Good things, bad things, they're gonna happen. It's life. It's how you react to those things that people either crumble or they rise up, right? And I think that a lot of that comes with um, self knowledge, with growth mindset, with just being confident in yourself, right? Because if you're not confident and life hits you real quick, boom, it's gonna throw you all the way. Now you have depression. Now you have anxiety. Now you want to be suicidal. Man, stop with that fucking shit, bro. Like, get up, face the face the issue, face the problem, figure it out how you gonna get through it. I feel that God throws you things like that sometimes to test you, test your faith, test what you're about. Right? Are you gonna crumble or are you gonna rise up and figure it out?
That's exactly it, man. And so, like, sometimes God continues to put the same issue in our lives until we finally learn the lesson from that, whether that be relationships, whether that be business, whether that be just our own self growth. And so, with that being said, in discussion of self growth, I
Right?
remember the first book you ever put me on and like stuck with me forever was obviously not only Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, but Relentless by Tim S. Grover, bro.
Oh man, relentless.
Listen to that like 10 times over. I've
Right.
shared it with so many friends, gifted them the books from Relentless up to Winning, and just all of that instilled me and prepared me for whenever I started my entrepreneurship venture. So shout out to you for sharing that,
Yeah,
man. Like,
man.
because I fuck with Kobe, I fuck with
I see you got
MJ, all of
the. I
those.
see you got
That's
the
it.
jersey.
GG. I planned this out.
Amazing
I
jersey.
planned it out
Nice.
to wear this jersey to give you the honorary whatever term that is for blessing me with that gift.
All right, man. Look, that's what we're about, man. Like, and that's something that I think the world needs more givers, right? I like to give knowledge. I like to give. If I know something, I'm gonna share it with you, bro. I'm not gonna sell it to you. I'm gonna share it with you, right? I want to see you grow. If I see you stuck somewhere, hey, look, think about this. What about you do this? What about you do that? Hey, go this way. Go that way. Go. Hey, look, I got this book for you, right? Um, to me, my books are my best friends. Um, it's where most of my mentors are, right? To me, the author is not just an author; is my mentor, right? Like I see them as mentors, and they're teaching me. They're teaching me something, and I give them that respect, right? And there's not just a book. I don't just read it just to read it. I read it to understand it, and not only understand it, but apply it in my life. And that's when everything comes, man, because you could do anything, bro. You don't have to go into business. You could be the greatest, whatever, bro. The greatest of anything you could be. And you just gotta have the mindset. That's it. That's all it is. It's just the mindset. It's a mindset of wanting to do better for yourself, wanting to grow, wanting to learn, wanting to be different, wanting to excel. Like that's just it's a mindset. It's a all mindset. And the way that you start building that mindset is by knowledge, bro. And where do you get knowledge? I get it from books. You could get it from the internet. You could get it from this podcast. You could get it from right now. We live in the technology world, bro. Instead of fucking being on Facebook or Instagram just scrolling, start learning something. Start learn like you don't need college. I know your podcast focuses a lot on college, bro, but I didn't go to college. I like my whole education stopped after high school. The traditional education, right? But I've educated myself. I've used the internet to benefit me, right? I don't just be looking at funny videos or what's trending or what. No, if I want to learn finances, I go into learning finances. I learn the language. I got into real estate as well. I had to learn the language of real estate, right? Loans, interest rates. I trade stocks as well, right? That's a whole different world, right? Uh, I mean, you name it, from bookkeeping to marketing to building systems, right? Like I've learned all that on my own. I didn't pay no college. I didn't go. I didn't get no MBA. I didn't get no bachelor degrees. Nothing, bro. I'm straight, just me.
So, yeah, man. I mean, speaking on that subject of acquiring knowledge and then utilizing it to gain the confidence, one of the great quotes from Bruce Lee, it's like ultimately all knowledge is self knowledge. Until you
Right.
can actually learn to apply everything that you've learned, then it's just sitting there and nothing is getting done.
Yeah,
And
that's
as
true.
we scroll through social media and we watch podcasts and we do all of this stuff, I mean, I've been victim to it as well. It's like you're saving it to your tab that, oh, yeah, that'll be great information for me to review later, but we never fully integrate it into ourselves and then apply it to our lives.
And the thing with that, bro, is that there's too much information.
Yeah.
Like there's information, but there's too much information, right? So that's when the smartness of you comes out. That's when you start building your plan on what information is it that you need, because you could just digest so much, and the world's throwing you 1,000 things all at once, bro. Right? 1,001, like the whole day. So you get so saturated with things that you don't focus on one thing, and that's where focus comes in, bro.
Yes.
Right? That's when you say, I'm gonna focus on this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be the best at this. Right? I've been building my brand and my business, bro, since I was 18. I'm 34 right now. I didn't build it overnight. I've dedicated my whole life to this business. Not a lot of people could say I've dedicated my whole life to one thing. One thing. Yes, now I'm blessed and I'm knowledgeable enough to get into different things, bro. But my business, I created it. I created myself since the age of 18 to 34 to become the person that I become right now.
Literally almost half your life. Literally
All my
almost.
life,
Yeah.
bro. All my
Yeah.
adult life. That's all I know.
Mhm.
This is not a this is not a 9 to 5. This is not a turn on, turn off. This is not a vacation. I'm gonna take a
24/7, bro.
vacation. This is a
24/7,
24/7, three
baby.
sixty five.
That's
I
it.
was just we're remodeling the shop, and I was just at the shop this morning. I got home at 5 in the morning. At 5 in the morning, bro. Putting in work.
Yeah.
Like, you know
For
what I
those of
mean?
you that want to get into business, bro, and
Oh
say
yeah.
you got all these plans, all these ideas, dog, you just wait. You just wait till you step into the
Just be
world.
willing to put in the work, bro.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Be willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
Be willing to and that's one of the things that my wife and I it was a challenge at the beginning of our relationship, of our marriage relationship actually, whenever we got married, is that she was so used to a 9 to 5 family. Like, she just knew what going to work, dad get home, eat, watch TV, go to sleep every day. So it was normal for her. And a lot of people that are watching this is normal for you. This was your regular life, right? Your dad went to work, he came home, he ate, watched TV, chilled, and mom just same thing probably, or just be home all day, and that's it, bro. That's it. With me, it wasn't like that, right? My mom was always hustling at home, so I just became a natural hustler. My wife, when we started living together, we were 22 years old. By the time I was 22, bro, I had bought my first house, right? So that's what got me into real estate, that first
That's
house.
what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Damn, that was 20. Damn,
I
that was
was
12 years
22
ago.
years old.
That's when you first started getting into real
Yeah,
estate.
so
I remember you found that first paycheck and you were like,
well, it was a bliss. It was a bliss. It was a blessing in disguise, bro.
Yeah.
Because my wife is old school, right? Like, she's real traditional. And shout outs to my wife. I love her to death. Best thing that ever happened to me has been that woman. But she's real traditional. So she was like, "Hey, I'm not leaving home unless I'm married." So in my head, I'm like, if I'm gonna marry her, I need to buy her a house. I need to take care of her. So we bought a house, and then we got married, and then she moved in. So we didn't do the whole move in first, and then, you know what I mean? Like, no, we got married, and then we moved in together. So she didn't. We knew each other, and but we've never lived with each other. When you live with somebody, bro, things change. You know the real person.
you know this one.
Right?
Yeah.
So she just like she just started happily ever after, but I'm over here like on the grind, bro. At that time I was building Made Man. I was building my business, like the barbershop. And I remember she used to give me hell for this, but I'll be in my office at 3 4 in the morning looking like Albert Einstein, bro. Papers everywhere.
It's not Made Men, it's Mad Men.
Yeah, it was Mad Men, 100%. Because I didn't know. I didn't know business. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything, bro. So at that time, I was educating myself. And she couldn't see that. She was like, "What are you doing now?" I was like, "I'm working." She's like, "But you already work." I was like, "No, I'm working." And we bumped heads a lot, man, at the beginning of of our lives living together because of that. And I had to kind of like tell her, "Hey, babe, either you with me or you're against me, because I'm doing this. Like, like I need your help. I don't need you slowing me down, right?" And then she kind of got on the same boat, man. And she's used to it now. She's used to it, right? Like, she don't like it, like me, like yesterday, me staying out that late. But I was doing something. I was working at the shop. It's not like I'm out partying. I'm not out drinking. I'm not out fucking around. Nah, bro. I'm working on something. I'm doing something. And if I need to be there at 3, 4 in the morning, I will be there. No questions asked. Right?
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. And I'm glad that you had that experience because then not only were you able to learn better communication skills with your wife, but it's important in a marriage, man. And I love how you went about getting married first and then going into the home because most of the time I was looking at some research recently, like more than half of the time when you move in and live together and then get married, you're gonna get divorced opposed to you have I don't want to necessarily call it a shackle, but you have something to keep you tied and to work through it
Yes.
in times of difficulty because you already have a commitment, bro, and you made that commitment with God,
Yep.
whatever it may be, whatever
Yep.
your beliefs, religions are, and so I'm glad you went that way.
Yeah. No, and definitely, bro. Like I actually, now that I see it, is 100%. You're 100% right, bro. Because if you're not married, it's easy to throw the towel, right? See, the thing with me, man, I wasn't just looking for a girl. I wasn't just looking for a wife, man. I was actually looking for my queen, my partner, the person who I could throw the ball and she could shoot for me, the person who was gonna have my kids right, who's gonna have my house right. Because this needs to be in sync. All your life needs to be in sync, right? So if your house is not right, bro, your business will not be right. If your house is not right, bro, if your kids are not right, if your home there's no love in your home, bro, you're most likely gonna suffer from anxiety, from depression, from your life is not gonna go right. Right? So I was looking for that. I wasn't looking for a party girl. I wasn't looking for a person who's just wanna, travel and live life like a fucking princess. Nah, bro, you gotta fucking put in the work. Like I'm building a life with her. With her, we're building a life together. She's not building her life, and I'm not just building my life. Because that's what happens, bro, in relationships. And I've seen this many, many times that, say, for instance, you start dating, everything's good. You're looking forward to getting married. So y'all both working towards getting married. Boom, y'all get married. Then y'all get a house. Y'all both working to get a house. Boom, y'all get a house. Then y'all get kids. Okay, good. Kids come. But then people stop working on things, right? The guy, the man has his job working on his thing. The woman has her job working on whatever, and that's it. Y'all got a house, y'all got kids, and that's it. Couples stop, they plateau, and what happens with that, bro, is that naturally you start getting bored. You stop growing. You stop looking forward to something. At the beginning of the relationship is all beautiful. Yeah, you're looking forward to the next date. Yeah, you're looking forward to the next vacation. Yeah, you're looking forward to the apartment together. Yeah, you're looking forward to having a family and kids and a house and But then what happens? Then you stop, and that's when cheating comes. That's when going out. That's when getting. It's true, bro. And the couples, instead of growing together, to keep going leveling up together, they start growing apart. And guess what, bro? That's not a marriage. That's not a life. And what ends up happening? They split up.
Man, um, just to go back to the 9 to 5 and entrepreneurship, guys, like there's obviously nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. Like we're not hating on that at
No,
all.
there's not.
It's just if you're content with it, that's amazing. Good for you. And you have a job that you fully enjoy and able to be present in and work hard at it, whether you're a janitor, whether you're a CEO.
Correct.
Like, great, good for you.
Yes.
you know. And so you're not wrong, man. And I've seen it in even some of my friends. And I've seen it happen. They split up. It's like, oh, we got all of these things that we attain to, and again, it's kind of focusing more on the external value of things opposed to the internal. And the internal comes from the growth. So continuing to grow. It doesn't end at the fucking, kids and house. And all you got to look forward to is retirement and then living life. Like you're gonna spend the rest of your 40, whatever, 50 years just waiting for retirement so you can live your life.
Yeah, but and sorry to cut you there,
No,
bro,
dude, go
but
for it.
there's by the time you get to retire, you got 10, 20 more years, 30 more years of life.
Who even knows? You might even have. I've seen 65-year-olds, 50-year-olds have strokes super
Oh
young.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like You don't know that. So if you don't live your life to the fullest, if you don't, if you're not with somebody who you're creating something with, if your life is not exciting, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly.
Right? No matter what, like you mentioned right now, 9 to 5. That's man. I know some 9 to 5 people who are man are amazing. They make a lot of money, and that's fine. That's 100% okay. But they love life,
Yes. That's
right?
it right
Love
there. That's
life,
it right there, bro.
like love your
Yeah.
life.
Yes.
If you're miserable at your 9 to 5 and your home life sucks and your relationship sucks and everything sucks, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You got to step back and realign your life to where
Yeah.
it's exciting to live. You
You're
know?
speaking to me, dog. You're speaking to me. Love of life, bro. Realigning to figuring out what your actual values and priorities are. Because sometimes most of us, and I'm sure you're a victim to it too, it's like we're so focused on attaining this goal, we forget what we actually have here and being grounded and appreciating and being grateful for those things. Because going back to the whole Christmas thing, it's like, oh, let's go to grandma's. There's more gifts over there. And it's like, I don't really know why I want more, but I just want to continue to want more.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like we already have everything we need, whether that be what we value from family to friends to businesses to colleagues, whatever you want to call it. And so we just got to learn to, again, realign and get grounded and be appreciative and grateful for what we have now because I can walk outside literally right now and get hit by a bus. It could be over and I couldn't have enjoyed my life or loved my life at all. So just being, I mean, the best way for me to at least to do that is to focus and be in the present and remember and be grateful of all the things that I've had in the past that have made me who I am today and things I look forward to the future. Obviously, you know, we always need a goal to try and attain to, opposed to just fucking aimlessly walking around this earth.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, just be present and grateful for what the fuck you got going on right now, man.
I love that, man. Present and grateful. Yes, yes. Some key words right there, man. 100%. Always be present. Be present at what you do. Be present at today. Yesterday already happened, and tomorrow you don't even know what's gonna happen, right? So there's a lot of people that live in the past. Like, oh, past relationships, past traumas, past childhood, past this, past that. It passed already, man. Right? God has you here right now. What are you gonna do right now? Every day's a new day, man. Every day is a new opportunity to learn, right? Like that's how I see it. Every day I'm learning, bro. Like every day I gotta learn something. It could be as minimal as a new word in my vocabulary. It could be whatever, you name it. Something I learn every day.
It's amazing. Continuous growth for the most part. And going back to what you mentioned, people like to be stuck in the past, opposed to, and sometimes too far ahead in the future that they're not really fully living in the present. One metaphor I like to think about and what I've just been reflecting on during my time, my travels and stuff since leaving Houston, it's like a book, bro. You know, you're living a book or a movie, however you want to see it, and you're on a single page. You're on this line. You're reading. But sometimes the people that like to be in the past, they like to be in that past chapters of their life because it was an exciting part in that life that brought them like good emotions. Or sometimes,
Could be
yeah,
good, could
or
be
bad,
bad.
exactly. And so sometimes if they are stuck in that bad, it's because of the traumas that they're so used to. And so they try to reimagine that in the present right now, you know, and that's where they continue to eat shit in your story. So,
100%.
I mean, you are where you are in the book. Don't get too ahead of yourself because then you'll miss some shit. And don't continue being the past because the book is never gonna fucking end until you
I mean,
start making the right moves.
I feel that the story's already made, right?
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Like the
That's
story's
it. Yeah.
already made.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going through it, going through my own self discovery, personal self discovery, right? And I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it. I'm putting my full faith on God, man. I feel that everything that I've done, everything that He's put me through, has been for a reason, right? Now more than ever, I'm so excited about going through life right now, man, because I've reached the point on where it's like, okay, what do I want to do now? You know what I mean? So, and there's always more growth. There's always more to learn. There's always more. I will never. I love learning. I love life, right? And I feel that having God next to me as a foundation, walking with me, is like I could do it all. right?
That's it, bro. And sometimes, well, most of the time, all of us live off of a fear-based belief system. It's like, oh, I can't go do that because then this is going to happen, this negative is going to happen, opposed to really leaning into faith into God and really believing that, like, look, yeah, it's going to be tough. That's what life is full of, bro. But if we're able to have the strength to take on those fears, that's usually where the magic lies.
And let me say something about that, man. There's a big, I guess you could say, trend going on right now with stress, right? It's crazy, bro. Because hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, hey, I'm stressed about this. I had a rough day today. I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. I'm stressed. Stressed. People, whatever you speak, you actually bring it to life, right? So people run away from stress, bro. People feel that stress is bad, right? It's how you choose to look at things, how you choose to look at stress. I see stressful things, quote unquote, what you think will be stressful, and I see them as exciting things. I run towards stress. People run from it. I run to it, right? Like I gotta figure this out. I gotta break my head figuring it out, right? There's no such things as a bad situation unless you make it bad. I see it just as a problem that needs solving, as a situation that needs resolvement. That's how I see things. Right? Right now, before we started this interview, they called me. The shop lights went out. What I did, called two, three people. Hey, handle this, handle that. Hey, do this, do that. Boom. Got it out the way. I'm here like nothing. It was a situation that happened, bro. I have barbers right now without power cutting people's hair, half a haircuts right now.
They're
Like
probably freaking out too.
they're freaking out, right? What do I get from freaking out myself? Let me just call two, three people. Let me handle the situation. I could have easily been like, "Hey, Clyde, I have to leave. Hey, Clyde, I have to cancel. I can't do this right now. I gotta go handle that." What good is it? Am I gonna bring the power back? Am I gonna? I can't do that, bro. The power's gonna come back when the power's gonna come back, whether I'm there or not. Right?
Yeah, it was hilarious because the solution was because someone accidentally leaned on the fucking light switch the whole time, bro. What the fuck?
Crazy.
Yo, man. Yeah, I mean, and again, I feel that it's not just because you're an entrepreneur, but as you've gone through business and through life, it's like, oh, dude, this is nothing. It's okay. It's just a small little fix. You
Bro,
know, it's a
there's
small.
always things, man. There's
Yeah.
always situations, bro.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just having the resilience to be able to be like, don't fucking freak out. It's okay. We'll figure out a solution.
I mean,
And again, going back to stoicism, going back to Marcus Aurelius, it's like you're in control of yourself.
correct.
If you let yourself get erratic, everyone else is gonna get erratic. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And nothing's gonna get done.
Hundred
So shut the
percent.
fuck up. Find a solution.
Find a solution. Do what you gotta do. Figure it out.
That's it, bro. Holy
Figure it
shit.
out.
Yeah, we can go on forever, man. So we can go
Yeah.
on forever. I love what we're talking about, the topics that we're hitting for sure. So let's back a little bit, bring it back. I love where we're going with all of this, man. Amazing, great content for people to hopefully integrate and apply to their lives, not just download it, you know. But I do want to bring back to what made you go down barbering. Is that the right term?
The barber world, the barber
Barber.
industry.
Yeah. What, put you down that path?
So, going back to the movie business, um, my mom. One day I come home, and my mom got rid of maybe I want to say about $100,000 worth of inventory, machines. By that time, I had like, fucking an operation going on, right? So I come home from school one day, and everything was gone. She cleaned house, and it still hurts me a little bit
Yeah.
because I will never forget that feeling.
Bro, I know. I
of,
bet. I
of
bet. It was all gone
it
in an
was she
instant.
took everything away,
In a fucking instant.
and the reason was because
You were getting too much power.
she told me, she was like, Carlos, I'm losing you.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm losing you, and I'm scared of what you're becoming. And now I understand it. Now I understand it. Back then I didn't. I stopped talking to my mom for like a whole year, man. It was a super bad time for us. Um, super bad. I got like a lot of hate towards my mom and a lot of I don't know, man,
Resentment.
resentment
Yeah,
and
you're like,
angriness, and
yeah,
it's like, why,
yeah.
right? And I graduated high school. By this time, I was like 17, 18ish. I'm graduating high school, and I remember I cheated through my high school, man. Like, I was a really bad student. I was involved in gangs. I was the cool kid at school, the fighter, the getting expelled. I got kicked out from every school that I went to. Um, and I didn't care because I had money, right? Like it was like, okay, kick me out, whatever. I bet you don't got $20,000. You know, everything came to that. Like, I got money, bro. I don't care. Like, I don't need school, right? I'm doing good. But when my mom took that business, I had nothing.
Yeah, I can see why it hit hard,
I
man.
had nothing.
Yeah,
I was like, now what do I do?
yeah.
And I remember my mom always told me, like, Carlos, if you're gonna do something, do something legal, not illegal. Cause the movies, yes, I was bringing a lot of dough, but it was illegal, bro. And my mom knew that I was about to turn 18 soon,
Mm,
and if I get caught up at the scale that I was, I'll be in federal prison, because it's against the law to do that in that big of a scale, bro. Like I was talking about operation, bro. And shout outs to my mom for that decision, because she knew that it was gonna tear me up, but she did it, and she did it because she loved me.
yeah.
She did it to protect me. She did it, and she would tell me, "You won't understand right now, Carlos," and I don't care. I don't care. But she probably saved my life, because now I had to figure something else out. And I remember that at this time, have in mind, bro, I'm not from here. I don't have a social security, bro. I can't just go apply to any company and get hired. I couldn't go to McDonald's and get hired. I couldn't do anything, bro. Like my hands were tied. Like to the immigrant community, bro, it's really hard, bro. Really hard to just go get a job, man. Which that was a blessing in disguise, because I could have taken that easy route on just going to get a job and just follow that that path. But in my path, it's like I couldn't do that, so I had to figure it out.
Mm. Which is like what you instill now in your son.
Hundred
Figure it
percent.
the fuck out.
Figure it out,
And to all
right?
of you out there too, figure it the fuck
Figure it the
out.
fuck out, guys. Yeah. So I remember that I was getting a haircut one time, and I remember that the barber at that time, he used to charge $20, and he would have a line of people. Man, he was the coldest barber in the barber shop. And I remember one time I waited for, like, I don't know, at this time, no appointments. It was back when no appointments were made or whatnot. You just go and sit down and wait 3, 4 hours, 5 hours sometimes. And I remember waiting for him and counting 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. By the time he got to me, he had made like $200, bro. And I was like, and I started talking to him. And he told me, "Yeah, bro, you could do it." He kind of gave me that little like, "Yeah, man, you should. It's good." And I was like, and I was like, and the best thing is everything is cash. He doesn't report anything. He wasn't working at a place where he needed his social security to work. He would cut hair and make money. So then that was what got my interest. Not nothing in barbering, bro. Like I've never touched a clipper in my life. I didn't. It was all because I could make money this way. And as soon as I graduated high school, I talked to my mom, because she was like, "If you're not gonna go to college, you gotta do something, Carlos. You gotta get a trade. You gotta do something. Don't just be at home. Don't just be in the streets." And I put myself through barber school, and that was a whole new journey, because That's when I discovered my artist side of myself. That's when I discovered that, and I fell in love with the game. I fell in love with making people feel good. I fell in love with the conversations, with the networking, with the people that I was that sat on my chair. Man, you gotta understand, Clyde. Every person who sits on my chair is a different world, bro. Right? Everybody goes through their things. Everybody goes through life. Everybody, I met lawyers, I met doctors, I met cops, I met you, right? Like I have people, and I love to hear their stories, and I love to make them look good, bro. Right? So that's when I started like going from just the money to the artist, to the what now, what else, what more. And that's when I started creating my business. And I saw the pain in the market, which was unprofessional barbershops, um, no scheduling, real outdated, um, no system behind it, just kind of like just awkward, no front desk, no receptionist, no nothing, bro. And I saw pain points in the market, and I said I need to create a place with all this in it, so I could make the clients feel welcome, so I could make the clients feel good. Not only that, but hire the top artist, right? And I don't know if you know, bro, but in my barbershop, bro, we don't just have anybody there. Like it's so hard to get in that barbershop, bro. Like I go through such a lengthy process and just hiring a barber, bro, because I'm not just hiring a barber. I'm hiring an artist. I'm hiring a therapist almost. Are you a people's person? Are you a good person? Right? Do you have a mindset of growth? Are you coachable? Are you willing to grow with us? Are you willing to be part of a team, not just yourself? Are you willing to level up in
Are you a
life?
cleaner?
Are you a fucking cleaner? Right? So, and that's what I tell my people. This is like I run my business how I see myself as the big league, right? Like I'm the big league in the barbershop, at least here in Houston, man. Like this is the top of the top, bro. So I expect a certain level of professionalism. I expect a certain level of artistic work. I expect a certain level of commitment, of punctuality, of just you bettering yourself, right? So that's who I'm bringing in my team. That's who I want to hang around with, who I want. So whenever you go to Made Man, it's like I know that everybody is here is top dog. I know everybody, like the whole shop vibe, everything is top notch. You know what I mean? And that's what I decided to create, and I did it.
Fucking beautiful, bro. Because literally, when you were describing, like, yeah, I saw the pain points. Those are literally the main things that I looked for in a barbershop, and it's the first thing I found when I found
Yeah.
you, bro. I was just like, right here, and then we just rolled with it for about a year and a half while I was here and everything. So fucking beautiful, man. I'm fucking glad. I'm glad it worked out for you, and it's continuing to work out for you. And so, with the barbershop business, man, where are you guys currently right now? I know you've mentioned to me that you're currently growing. I don't know if you want to share as much as
Yeah,
you want
we're
to share with
we're
it.
we're growing, man. We're in the process of franchising. We're coming up with our own hair pomade, um, and just we just went through a remodel, so now we're rebranding, right? So now we're making it even more better. And yeah, man, like I said, I'm still I consider myself young still. I am not nowhere near where I want to be at yet, but I'm on the process of it, and there's always growth, right? Like right now, all this that I got going on, it shakes things up for me, right? It's now I have to figure out how to franchise. What do I need? Uh, the language, the contracts, the legal side of it, right? Okay, once I get that, now how do I do this? Like for example, with the pomade, right? The pomade. This is we created the pomade. I hired a chemist, bro. I'm sitting down talking about pH levels and this and that. I had no clue. It's like Chinese. Like this guy's talking to me Chinese.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But I'm hiring him. right? Like you get to a point where it's like, who do I need? Okay, I need a chemist. Let's look for a chemist. We find a chemist. Let's sit down. This is our idea. This can you make it happen? Yes. How much are you gonna charge? Okay. He names his fee. Boom. Done. Let's do it. Next. Right. Now we have the pomade. It took us 2 years to get the pomade, bro. Right. And a whole lot of money because I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Growing pains. You were like, shit, I probably shouldn't have invested that much, but it's okay.
No, well, this is the thing, bro. This is not about the money.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you have it in your head that it's always about the money, 5,000 is gonna scare you. 10,000 is gonna scare you, right? I invested close to now, I don't know, like maybe about $15,000 to create one product. 15 grand I put in to create one product, bro. Right? Because of ingredients, trial and error, chemist, lab, like everything, bro, is a whole operation behind one product. But once we got that product, now that we're able to sell it, right? So now instead of selling movies, now I'm selling you a pomade.
And it's all legal.
And it's all legal, 100%, 100%, 100% legal.
Wait.
Everything's everything. I like to go to sleep in peace, bro.
Is it ready?
Yeah.
You got it at your.
We
at
got
your
it
store?
already.
All right,
Uh-huh.
I'll pop in
Yeah,
there and
for sure,
we'll
for
get
sure.
some shots of the new remodel
Of
and
course.
pick up some pomade for sure. Fuck yeah, dude! Holy shit! And so like, I want to go back to your point of enjoying the process, like being in love with the process. And that's something that a lot of the greats, Kobe Bryant to mention, it's not the destination, it's the journey.
100%.
And so going back to also just it doesn't matter if you're a janitor, if you're a CEO, like if you enjoy the fuck out of it, then you have that love of life already, and you already have what you need. You have the gold at the end of the road or at the end of that gold mine. So is that how you approach most of your businesses since now you're a serial entrepreneur? Cool.
Yes, man. You said it best. It's a journey. It's a journey. And the end is death, right? Like I said, this is a 24/7. This is a lifestyle. This ain't just I wake up and go to sleep and no, bro. This is a everyday life, right? And it may not be for everybody. It may not. Like if you have it in you, your own life will unfold itself as time, as persistence, as you have faith, as you working towards it. Because I know people that start something and within a year, bro, they stop doing it. No, it didn't work out. No, it was too hard. No, I didn't need this. No, I needed this. And they stop. So you didn't really want it. Like, stick for it. Stick to it. You know? 10 years. Give me 10 years of life on this one thing. Right? Like Napoleon Hill said, burn your ships. That's what I did.
That's literally where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I burned my fucking ships, bro.
Burn the fucking
Put
ships.
them
No
bitches
plan
to the-
B, bro.
No plan B.
Full tilt. No retreating.
No plan B.
We're attacking. We die. We
This
die.
is the plan. And yes, things are gonna happen along the way, bro. And you gotta fix them. And life happens, bro. Life happens. Death happens. Job loss, war, pandemic, breakups. You fucking name it, bro. Life happens, bro. It's happened to me. Like life still happens, bro. Don't think that. Oh my God, I'm. You don't know, bro. Life happens, but the goal's still the same. The target's still the same. The target doesn't. On the contrary, bro, it moves higher and higher and higher. Right? Like I have people that tell me, "Lowe's, you could retire already." Fuck no, I can't retire, bro.
I get depressed, and I'm fucking like.
No, but it's not about that. I'm not nowhere near to maybe your eye level. Yes, I have a barber shop. I have a family. I'm good. Yeah, I could just be chilling, not doing anything, bro. I'm not gonna do that. because there's always more. That drives me, bro. That keeps me up. That
And it's
keeps
fun
me
as
alive.
fuck.
And
Yeah.
it's fun.
It's it.
I love it.
It's the joy of it, man.
Correct.
It's the joy of it.
Correct.
Like the love of life. Going back to that, you
Love
know?
of life.
Love of life, bro. You enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yep.
Okay. I do want to touch a little bit on real estate, but I do also want to ask you, what is your thoughts or your concepts on money?
Thoughts on my concept?
Because you've mentioned like money is money, and that's not the most important thing. People get so fixated on it, and then that's where the fear comes in, and then they don't want to make a move, and then they're not really going off of faith-based beliefs. They're going off of fear-based beliefs. So, just with all of that we've discussed today, what is your concept and thoughts on money?
Honestly, man, uh, money could be good and bad, right? It could be really good if you know how to use it. It could be really bad if you don't, right? The thing is not focusing on money. The thing is focusing on doing something with the money, right? Um, in my perspective, I see money as an avenue to either create more money, create more blessings, right? Bless somebody, or to be honest with you, man, just look, as long as my bills are paid, my food, I have food, my kids are good, man, everything else is extra. Like I said, and we go back to the topic that I was teaching my kids, being grateful with what you have. I have everything. I don't need anymore. I'm not rich, bro. I'm not, right? But I will never have enough. I could tell you, hey, Clyde, I have $2 billion in my bank account. Guess what? I will want three. You will never have enough, right? So when it comes to money, bro, it's like I feel that God is not gonna give you more money than what you're prepared to do with, or like if you're not prepared, how can I give you $1 million, bro, if you haven't, if you don't know what you need to know to preserve or grow those $1 million? You're gonna lose them. It's like what happens to the lottery winners. You give somebody so much money, bro, and they're not ready to receive it, they're gonna lose it eventually. And that's to me the concept of money is like, if I'm prepared to be at this level right now, how do I get to that next level? How do I get to that next level? Because by leveling up yourself, money comes, bro. Money comes, right? When you have the mindset of somebody who makes $100,000 a year, that mindset is $100,000 mindset. It's a way different mindset than $1 million mindset. A millionaire, somebody who's generating $1 million, bro, right? So if you're at the millionaire mindset, how do you get to now keeping the millionaire mindset, or start growing to, maybe, I don't know, if you have the ambition to be on the $1 billion mindset? Because I'm telling you, that's probably a whole nother mindset, because I don't know it. Right? I'm not there. So you kind of gotta assess yourself where you at right now and where you want to be, and what person do you need to create to be at that mindset, because it has to match up, bro. You know, you have to match up. Your mindset has to match your wealth. It has to match yourself. You know what I mean?
Makes a lot of fucking sense, man.
In my perspective,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
no, yeah,
saying
no, I
this
get
is
you. I
this
get
is
you.
right or
Exactly,
anything. It's just me.
exactly. This isn't the right thing, you know, it's just what works for Carlos.
Yeah.
guys. Okay. Fuck, bro. How you feeling?
Good, man.
Feeling
Good,
great?
good, good.
All right. You feel like talking about real estate a little bit?
We can. I mean, whatever.
Okay. So, Carlos dabbles a little bit in real estate, right? Just a little bit. How did you get started with that? Because I know we were gonna dive in a little bit there once you said you got a house with your wife and everything.
Correct.
So we'll start there.
So my introduction to real estate came at the age of 22 years old, when I had to buy that house. Now that house, it was not a, it was like a fixer upper house, right? It wasn't a really nice house. It had a lot of issues wrong with it, and little by little, I started putting money in it. Right, I started painting it. I did the floors, not for investment purposes, more for us, because I wanted it to look decent. I wanted it to look nice, but it was a really big house, man. And my family was just me and my wife, and at that time we were having my son. Right, so I it was a huge house, bro. And I bought a huge house because I had the mindset of like a big house. I want to live in a big house. I've always lived in apartments my whole life, bro. So to me, a big house was like the American dream, and I bought it, and I regretted it because so much more maintenance, so much more things that could go wrong. Like all my rooms were up there, and I had my bedroom in the at the bottom, bro. There was times that I've gone weeks without going up there because I didn't needed the space, right? Uh, so 5 years later from living there, I decided to sell it. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's sell it. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go. I remember I told my wife, let's go rent an apartment. Like, this is too big of a house. We don't need this house. Let's go and let's go to a better area. I was like, let's go rent. At this house was not in a good neighborhood. It was just, it was just what I could afford at that time, to be honest with you. And And she said, "Yeah, let's go rent an apartment somewhere else. Let's go rent a nice apartment. Let's go live a little bit nicer, a nicer area. My kid is growing up. He's about to go to school. Let's go look for a good school district." And I sold the house. And when I sold the house, I didn't understand. I didn't really understand how much money I was gonna get back. I just wanted to sell the house. And my realtor came back and told me, "Hey, look, we sell the house, da 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 da." I netted $80,000, bro, which is the biggest amount of money that I've ever seen him.
I remember when you told me that story. You were just like, bro,
I was like,
this
"What
is
the
out
fuck?
here.
This is life changing, bro."
Yeah, 80K on one.
It's
There
like,
you go, bro.
here's 80K.
I mean, if you break it down, obviously, it's like 20K over 5 years or whatever. Maybe it's 15 or
Yeah,
something. But
whatever
still,
it was,
but you weren't
bro.
thinking about that. You weren't thinking about
No, I wasn't.
that. You just
So
wanted to sell it and get it out of your place so you can go and move on with your life. And then you were like, oh, fuck.
yeah, and by this time I was 27.
Yeah.
So 80K at 27 years old, it's pretty good. I mean, I mean, to me it was. That was 80K plus whatever I have saved up. So I was sitting pretty good, bro. I was like, man, I've never ever had this amount of money in my life.
You literally leveled up.
That was,
It's like you passed that level of this amount of money, like you were mentioning, and then you're like, okay, this is new to me. Now time to learn. Time to fucking learn again.
yeah, dude, and that's what kind of got my interest in real estate. I was like, I just mean, like, like it was just more of a different stream of income because at that time my full focus was just on earn income, cutting hair to make money, and
Like
then
exchanging time
for
income.
money.
Yeah.
And that's when kind of my life started taking me towards like assets, buy assets, and then later on you create money. And at that time I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I remember that it took me a while to understand the concept because, like I said, guys,
Assets and liabilities and all that.
yeah, and like I say, I come from no type of background of anything like business related or anything in the right way, in the United States way, right? I come from the hustle, not from the doing the right way, right? And I started learning the right way. I started learning real estate because real estate was like Chinese to me. I didn't understand it. So I had to break down the language. I had to break down, and then I just dove myself in it. And at that time, my wife, she was looking for something to do, and I was like, "You could be a real estate agent." So then she became a real estate agent, and then I was like, "I have somebody in the inside now. If I need this, if I need that, my wife is the one to get it." So, like I said, and going back to the power couple, right? It's like y'all both working towards something. Even though I own a barber shop and I'm a barber, she's a real estate. Like I could now tap into the real estate world, and I have an insider, which is my wife, which is gonna have the best interest in her mind for us, and that's how kind of we got into real estate.
And I know you're huge on Monopoly. So what came first? Monopoly and then real estate, or real estate then Monopoly?
Like the board game Monopoly.
Yeah, because I know you collect a bunch of them,
Yeah, I do
and you
have a
like to
collection.
utilize that as a teaching lesson for not only your son, but for earning assets and everything in life. So,
Man, I've always,
okay.
I've always loved Monopoly, man. Like I just think it's a pretty cool game, and I love it because I'm good at it. Like, and I like to see life like a Monopoly. You buy four houses and then you get a hotel, right? Like the more houses you have, you land on my property, you're gonna pay me some money. The more houses I have, the more money you're gonna get, right? And the winner is the landlord, right? The winner is the one who owns the houses and the hotels. And it's just I don't know, man. I've always I wouldn't even tell you how my love for Monopoly started, but I remember playing it once and I loved it, and I just kept playing it and playing it and playing it. And now they have all type of editions and all type of things, and I collect them. It drives my wife crazy.
Don't you have like a whole area where you
Yeah,
store them?
yeah.
That's fucking fire,
I
though,
kind of
man.
stopped buying it
That's fucking
because they can get
fire.
expensive, man.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
can
I
get
bet. Especially
expensive.
when the collector edition ones that come
Yeah,
out and everything.
and having kids, man, sometimes they just grab them and open them, and
And
I'm
you're
like,
just like, yo, that
what
one is
is this?
expensive, Tower. Like that one was not supposed to be
Yeah,
opened. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
right there. Like,
Yeah.
I was saving it, but fucking,
You
come
know,
on,
it's
let's
it's
play
things.
it.
It's just things.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Nah,
Brings you
I would
back
never
up.
put value or tell my
Exactly.
kids, oh man, you can't. Nah,
Yeah.
bro. Like, hey man,
And
it's a
start creating
board game,
drama,
bro.
Siri.
It's a board game. You open it, come
Yeah.
on, let's play it.
Holy
Now we
shit.
gotta play it.
Yeah, hell yeah. So now in the real estate game, what are you currently doing now? You're doing short-term rentals, long-term rentals.
I focus more on long-term rentals, and the reason why is because it's less headaches to me. I've done short-term rentals before, and don't get me wrong, they're amazing cash flowing assets. However, for me, the way that I live my life personally, bro, I'm at a point in life where I treasure and value my peace, right, and my family more than anything. And I felt that short-term rentals were driving me kind of crazy, right? Because there's always something going on. They stole this, they did this, your neighbors complain about this, the city is banning here, the HOA is stripping here, and
Bro, I remember that horror story you told me about one time with the sheets and like,
oh, that's just one of them,
that's
man. Oh
nasty,
yeah,
man.
I could
And you would
go.
show me some videos too sometimes where it's like, bro, you stole my plant or you fucked up my plant, yeah,
Yeah,
like the doorknob thing,
yeah,
or not the doorknob, the fucking ring camera. And you're just like, bro, what the fuck is happening here?
yeah. I,
You're like,
it,
fuck all
it,
this.
it put me in a lot of situations where
Yeah, yeah, no, you
I
don't have
wouldn't wanna,
to, you
but
don't have to divulge that. It's
yeah.
cool, but
Don't get me wrong, man. Carlos is still there. The street Carlos, right? Don't
it'll
mess with
come
me.
out, bro.
Don't
Like
mess with
I'm a
me.
dangerous man when I need to be,
Don't
just
mess
not
with
all
me.
the time, bro. So, oh fuck, man. So, I mean,
Yeah,
and
but like right now, I treasure so much long-term rentals,
yeah,
and the reason why is because, like I said, peace of mind, and not only that, but I get to build a bond with the family that is renting the house, and I like to consider myself a great landlord, man, because I'm always there when they need me, right? Like I'm the guy that if you tell me you're something's messed up in the house, that day we're fixing it. Like that day. You know what I mean? I'll figure it out, but that day we're fixing it. I won't let you struggle. If you're renting one of my properties, man, and your toilet is backed up, I will figure it out. I will fix it. Right? And I give that respect to you as my tenant of like, hey, you pay me in time, I got you. Right? I'm 100 with you, you're 100 with me, right? And I feel that you gain their respect, you gain their trust, and you actually like this lady that I have, the tenant. She told me that she's willing to sign another 2 years, and the reason why is because she loved the way that I am. Like she loved the way that I treat her as far as the being a landlord. She's like, you're a good landlord. Like you're always there. You like I have no issue with the house. I love it. I'm happy to rent you 2 years more. Right? So it's like I'd rather have that tenant prolong and I know they're a good tenant. I'd rather have that one tenant there than me looking for another tenant and roll the dice and see if I get a good tenant or not. Because I've gotten bad tenants before, and it's a pain in the ass, bro. Like,
I could feel your
it
stress on that.
sucks. It sucks.
Damn, bro. So that's good, man. I mean, again, it all boils down to your values, what you value is your peace of time. So long-term rentals is the way to go. I mean, if you're all about money, then by all means go short-term rentals. A lot of fires to put
Yeah,
out.
if you have the time
Yeah.
and like I have a buddy of mine, man, and shout outs to him because he was the one that taught me the business, Giovanna Arrete. Um, Amazing guy, man. He showed me the business. He's an amazing short term rental expert, and and a real homie of mine and mentor of mine. And he runs his whole business is short term rentals, right? And he has a good amount of them, and that's all he does, right? As far so he has the time. It's an actual business, right? You have to treat it as a business. Don't treat it as a side hustle. Treat it as an actual business. And once you treat it as an actual business, it's gonna pay you as an actual business, you know. And you're willing to go through the ups and downs of that business, right? And yes, short term rentals has a lot of ups and downs. It's not all cash flowing and green, right?
Not as much as they sell it online, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. All right, brother. Let's start wrapping up a little bit. So there's gonna be these three questions that kind of go tied in together, and it's all towards gratitude.
Okay.
So, what is something that you're extremely grateful for in the past, something you're super grateful for in the present, and one that you're looking forward to in the future that you know you'll be grateful for?
Grateful for always first and foremost God. Um, God has always been on my side. I feel that I'm grateful for every human experience that I've ever had in my life, every connection that I've made, every person that I've touched in their lives. You know what I mean? And vice versa, those people that came into my life to teach me something, forever will be grateful. I feel that you can learn something from anybody, right? Not just because you're an entrepreneur, not just because you're this, you're that. You know what I mean? No, I can learn something from you. So I'm grateful for those people that come in my life and just teach me, right? Like teach me something I don't know, or help me out, or just be there, a true friend, you know. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the relationships that I built over my years of barbering. I have amazing connections everywhere in the city, everywhere in literally in the city, right? If you need something, I know a guy, right?
Like with the light today.
Correct. I know a guy,
I know a guy.
right? We're here. I know a guy, right? Shout outs to the mood
Shout
room.
out to the mood room,
Shout
bro.
outs to Carlos
Straight
Hernandez,
up.
man, one of my greatest friends and mentors. He allowed us to film this here today at his bar here in East Downtown. And yeah, man, just grateful for everything. Grateful for my family. Grateful for my wife that she holds it down. It's not easy to live with an entrepreneur. It's not easy to live an entrepreneurial life, right? And it's not for everybody. So shout outs to her. And yeah, man, just grateful for her life overall.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. So now that we're in this great state of feeling grateful for what we got in our lives, this is going to be the very last question. What advice would you give the worst version of yourself?
The worst version?
The worst version of yourself. Like the lowest version of yourself.
Patience. Patience. I tend to want everything fast sometimes and make impulsive decisions, right? That sometimes have came back and bit me in the ass, right? Um, so to me, patience has always been something that I've had to work on. Um, and sometimes, honestly, man, like I feel that I'm not where I need to be. Like I could be more, but I need to learn to chill out and live in the present and be turn around and look back and say, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be at. And that's thanks to God. And I'm there, you know.
Beautiful advice, bro. Where can people follow you? Where can people find you?
You could follow me. I really don't use my social media. I'm not too much into social
Which blows my
media.
mind because of how successful you are with your businesses. He doesn't really use social media much, bro.
On my personal level, no. Like
Well, your business one. Your business
my
one. What?
business
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you can find us at Made Man Galleria on Instagram. We mainly use Instagram. Our website is www.mainmanstudio.com. If you want to book an appointment, come chop it up with me. I'll get you right.
His spots opened up like 2 weeks before. I know this because I did this for the last year and a half. So, and his gets booked up fast, bro. If you're out here in Houston, Westheimer, right? What's the address?
Westheimer and Fountain View, 5909. Just Google us, Made Man, uh, Made Man Barbershop. You'll be able to find us. But yeah, man. Shout outs to the Moon Room for having us here, and shout outs to you, bro, to your podcast. And I really hope to be here talking about some other things later on
Yeah, bro.
in the future.
We're running back for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
man.
having me.
Thanks, Carlos.
Yep.
See you.